Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I just want to say thank you for 330 subscribers. I swear it was only like a week ago since I hit 300, so that's crazy, so thank you. And also, I kind of want to say my makeup's a mess, but I feel like it's kind of not, apart from this bit up here, like it looks really patchy. So I'm sorry about that, and my hair isn't actually too bad. So yeah, welcome back to my channel. I also want to say I'm very sweaty right now. It's like 25 degrees outside, which is way too hot for my liking. I'm literally buzzing for autumn and winter to come because they are my favourite seasons now. I've come to the conclusion that autumn and winter are my favourite seasons. So yeah, I'm very sweaty right now, but I'm gonna continue in this heat to film these videos for you guys. So today I am filming my guilty pleasure rides. What I mean by this is rides that I really enjoy but I don't really talk about a lot on this channel, and you guys might not know that I actually like them and I enjoy them and stuff like that. So I thought it'd just be a really fun video to film. I feel like I'm very close to the camera. Okay, there we go. Also, if I keep on looking down, it's because I have a new notebook. I did have a Disney notebook, but that was so full, like literally full to the last page, so I had to get a new one. And this one is just from Sainsbury's, and it says notes in gold, which is my favourite colour, and it's like embroidered in. So yeah, if you keep on looking down, it's because I have all of my notes written down here. So yeah, let's jump straight in. I also just want to say sorry that this video is late as well. Okay, let's get started. I've been rambling on for too long. So these aren't in any particular order, it's just what I've written down and what I thought of in my head and stuff. So the first coaster that I absolutely love but do not talk about enough is Avalanche at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I feel like I've briefly talked about it in vlogs, but I never really talk about it in like main, I was about to say main channel videos, but my vlogs go on my main channel, like in sit down videos. So yeah, and I don't really know why, because I love Avalanche. It's like one of my favourite coasters ever. So yeah, Avalanche is manufactured by Mack Rides. It opened in 1988 and is a steel bobsleigh coaster. Now, I only got over my fear of this last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year on my birthday actually. And my brother decided to drag me on. I wasn't really like, you know, that nervous for it, but I was like a little bit because I'd never done anything like a bobsleigh or anything like that. And yeah, this coaster wasn't even on my coaster credits, like my list of all the coasters that I've been on, and I don't even know why it wasn't there, because I swear when I came back off holiday from my birthday, from like when I went on Avalanche, I swear I'd like written it down at least somewhere. But when I did my coaster credit video, when I was editing it, I realised that Avalanche wasn't there, and I was just like, what? Like, it's one of my favourite coasters of all time. Why isn't it on my list? It's on my list now, but yeah, I sadly missed out Avalanche on that video. So if you've seen that video, add Avalanche to that list. But yeah, I love Avalanche. I find it really smooth. I find it really enjoyable. It does kind of look a little bit scary off rides, like the whole concept and stuff, because sometimes it does look like the train is gonna like slide off the tracks and stuff, but realistically that's not gonna happen. And I mean, chances of that happening are very, very slim, and that's never happened since 1988, so you know, I don't think it will happen now. I love the trains. I love that you only have like a lap bar holding you in. Yeah, I love that you actually sit in it like you're in a bobsleigh. So if you have somebody with you and they're like bigger than you, then they sit at the back and you sit at the front. And I mean, if you're a dirty minded person, you can take that whichever way you like, but I don't know, I quite like it. I like having someone to sit with me, like at the back of me, because I feel a little bit more safe with them. I've never ridden Avalanche by myself and I don't really want to, but I mean, I know I'd be fine anyway, but I don't know, I just prefer riding it with someone, whether they're in front of me or whether they're at the back of me. So yeah, I don't know, I love Avalanche. I feel like it's a very underrated coaster. Not a lot of people talk about it, I don't talk about it enough, and I don't really know why, to be honest, because it's one of my favourite coasters. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like it fits really well into Pleasure Beach as well. And I also love the views that you get, because even though it isn't like the tallest coaster, you do actually get some really good views of Big One and Revolution just next to it. So yeah, Avalanche is my first guilty pleasure ride. Freaking love Avalanche. I really desperately want to get back to Pleasure Beach right now. Like, I am craving Pleasure Beach. Like, I miss it so much. I need to get back. And the second guilty pleasure ride is, now I'm not too sure on like the actual name of this, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. But this is Crazy Mouse or Fantasy Mouse. I don't know which one it's called. I'm just gonna call it Crazy Mouse. I mean, it says on my on-ride photos that it's called Crazy Mouse, so we're gonna go with that. But then I think on the actual coaster it says it's Fantasy Mouse, so I don't really know what's going on with that, but I'm just gonna call it Crazy Mouse, but feel free to correct me in the comments. This opened in 2000, so the year that I was born, and it's a spinning coaster. That's all the information that I've got on this one. Again, I feel like this is a very underrated coaster. I've talked about this very briefly in like Fantasy Island vlogs and maybe a few of these videos, but not to the point where people know that I love it and people know that I actually ride it. I was really disappointed when I went to Fantasy Island for my birthday. It was sadly closed. I don't know why it was closed, it just was. So I was very disappointed about that, because I was really looking forward to riding it and getting back on it again, because I hadn't been on it since I think it was April. So I really wanted to get back on it, but it was sadly closed, so I haven't been on it in so long and I am missing it so much. It can be quite rough in places, but then it can kind of be quite smooth as well. I feel like when you go around those like edges and those corners, it can be a little bit rough, but like all the drops and pretty much the rest of it is quite smooth. My dad also loves this coaster as well. He's the one that got me over my fear of this, so thank you, Dad, if you're watching. I have many on-ride photos of this. Look, I have like 3 all in a row there. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this coaster, I just really like it. It is kind of like your standard sort of layout and your standard cars and stuff. I love how the cars, or trains, whatever you want to call them, I love how they are themed to an actual mouse. It just fits in really well. So yeah, I love Crazy Mouse or Fantasy Mouse, whatever you want to call it. Again, very underrated coaster. I don't really talk about it a lot. I don't hear other people talk about it a lot, but I feel like it's just one of those coasters where it's like, I feel like once you've done one, you've kind of done them all. Maybe that's why people don't really talk about it that much, but I do really love Crazy Mouse, and I feel like there needs to be more Crazy Mouse coasters at theme parks. The only ones I know of are Fantasy Island one. I think there's one at West Midlands Safari Park, and I think there's one at like Water Valley. There might be one in a few other places as well, but they're the only ones that I can think of. I really wish that Pleasure Beach would get one, because I feel like it would fit in really well. I don't know whereabouts, because they're kind of running out of room, but I feel like it would fit in really well. Also, I feel like Portland's Park definitely need a spinning coaster, because I feel like it would just go so well right next to where Cobra is. Yeah, I feel like that would fit in really well. So yeah, Crazy Mouse at Fantasy Island. I love that ride. Such a fun, enjoyable ride, and yeah, I love it. So my next guilty pleasure ride is Tidal Wave at Adventure Island, not the one at Thorpe Park. I've never been to Thorpe Park, so I've never ridden Tidal Wave, but the one at Adventure Island, they've kind of got the same name, which I kind of don't like, but there you go. This opened in 1995 and is a water dinghy ride. basically a water slide. I love these. I feel like I don't just love the one at Adventure Island, I love them all. So like the one at Portland's Park and a few other places. Not many theme parks have them, which I kind of don't like. But there you go. So yeah, I love Tidal Wave. I feel like it's such an amazing water slide. I love like just any water slides, I love them. So when I saw that Adventure Island had them, I was buzzing because I do love a good water slide. And it's also 2 years ago today since I first visited Adventure Island. And I really want to go back. Like, I really wanted to go for my birthday, but then it didn't quite work out, so we ended up going to Fantasy Island instead, which was still fun. But I was hoping to go to Adventure Island at the end of August, and we're like, it's just not happening. So hopefully I'll get to go in October, but I don't know. But I do really want to go back to Adventure Island. Like, I miss it so much. But yeah, anyway, Tidal Wave, such a good ride. Again, very underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it. I don't talk about it enough. And I feel like I should. Like, I don't know why I don't talk about it. I don't really talk about a lot of water rides, so I feel like I need to do some more videos about water rides. But yeah, I love Tidal Wave. The theming isn't really there. It's a little bit bare in places. But the actual ride itself is very enjoyable. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that it's very short. Like, there's literally like 3, like, they're not drops, but they're kind of like little bumps. And once you've gone past them, like, that's it, it's just sort of over. I also don't like climbing all the stairs. Like, oh my god, I mean, I'm not a very fit person, so it's like, you know, climbing all those stairs is like, oh my god, it aches my feet so much. But then when I actually got on the ride, I'm just like, you know what, that was so worth it, because I love Tidal Wave. I just love those water slides, basically. If more theme parks could get more water slides like that, I would be very grateful. The one at Adventure Island doesn't get you soaked, but you don't come off completely dry. Like, you're just, I don't know, I feel like sometimes I can get drenched and sometimes I can come off with just a little bit of like a sprinkle. So yeah, I don't know, it kind of depends on the day and like when you go on it and stuff. So yeah, Tidal Wave, there isn't really much to say about it because it's just a basic water slide. But it's a good water slide, and not enough theme parks have them. I feel like more theme parks need water slides like that. So yeah, but a really good water slide. I freaking love it. My next guilty pleasure ride is another flat ride, and this is Techno Jump at Fantasy Island. This opened in 2004, is manufactured by Satori Amusement Rides. I've never heard of that manufacturer before, so I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't know whether you can read my writing, but it's basically that. Satori. Is that right? I don't know. But feel free to correct me in the comments. But yeah, Techno Jump. I love this ride so freaking much. And this is all thanks to my brother, because at first he loved this ride and we always used to go to Fantasy Island as like children and stuff, so he always used to go on this ride and I was always too scared to, because I didn't like anything that like tickled my belly and I didn't like anything like that. And so I was just like, no, I don't want to go on it, it's not for me. But I think it was either in wait, do we go to Fantasy Island in 2015? I don't think so. I think it was only last year when we went to Fantasy Island again. I managed to go on Techno Jump and I ended up loving it. Like, holy shit, it is such a good flat ride. Very underrated flat ride, might I add. I feel like all of these rides are very underrated. Yeah, my next two are also very underrated. But yeah, I don't know, I just love this ride. I don't know what it is about this ride, but I just love it. It's so much fun, it's very enjoyable. It's very like flowy and bouncy. If you don't know what this is, it's basically a flat ride that you like sit down and you have like just a lap bar holding you in, and you basically like that. I'll link like a POV or something down below. It's a really good family ride. Like, I wouldn't say that it's like a kids ride, but I wouldn't say that I get that like thrill factor from it. It is just a really nice family ride. My dad likes it, I like it, my brother likes it. So yeah, it's a really good family ride. Again, very underrated, and yeah, I don't know, I love this ride. I feel like, again, more parks need rides like this. The only other one that I've been on is the one at Nottingham, but that's only there for the summer. That one in Nottingham also goes backwards, which I love. I feel like Technojump used to go backwards, and I swear my brother said that it used to go backwards, but it doesn't go backwards anymore. I don't know why it doesn't. Like, I so wish it went backwards. It's so much more forceful going backwards, so I don't really know why they stopped doing that, but hopefully that's something that they'll consider maybe like next season or within the next few years if the ride is still there, which I hope that it is. Yeah, I feel like this ride is manual operated, I think. I also love at the end when your cycle is finished, you get lifted up and you get like tilted, and then you just drop, but you don't know when the drop's gonna come. I feel like it's different every single time. Like, sometimes you can be waiting there forever, sometimes you're only up there for like a few seconds, and the operator can decide when you're gonna drop. So yeah, I love this ride. You do get quite a long cycle on it, which I love. So yeah, Technojump at Fantasy Island, a really fun, enjoyable ride. Quite unique actually. I love rides that are unique, and I feel like this is quite a unique ride. And I just feel like it needs some more theming around it. I mean, you have like a little frog in the middle, I think. And the seats are kind of themed, but not too much. So I'd love to see some more theming around it, but apart from that, it's an amazing flat ride. So my next guilty pleasure ride is Flying Machines at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This ride opened in 1904, which is crazy, and is the oldest ride at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and probably one of the oldest rides in the UK, possibly in the world. Like 1904, that is insane. So yeah, Flying Machines, again, I feel like there's not really a lot to say about this. It's just a really nice, relaxing family ride. You could just, you know, get in your little rockets or planes, whatever they are, and you just spin around. You get really good views of Valhalla, Derby Racer, Grand National, Alice in Wonderland, Ice Blast. It's not a good ride on a cold day because, like, as you're spinning around, and with it being Blackpool, it's literally by the seaside, you get that breeze right in your face, which isn't fun on a cold day. But when it's not cold and when it's a hot summer's day, it's a very good ride to go on because it cools you down so much. Again, it's a really good family ride. I love it, my brother loves it, my dad loves it, etc, etc. Yeah, I don't know, I just love this ride. I feel like, again, I don't really talk about it enough. I might have talked about it briefly in like vlogs and stuff, but I feel like I never really talk about it in like sit down videos. I mean, there isn't really a lot to say about it, it's just your kind of standard flat ride, but the fact that it's so old is crazy. Like, I literally can't get over the fact that it was built, well, I mean, it might have been built in like 1903, but then it opened in 1904. But it's that's over 100 years, which is crazy. The fact that that's still standing there, it's still working, it's still operating great. Like, I don't know, I just find that so crazy. And also, I think it was either in 2014 or 2015, I think it was 2015, I think, Flying Machines went, well, Blackpool Pleasure Beach basically refurbished Flying Machines. They put new rockets on there, and I think that's pretty much all they did. They just put new rockets on there, but it looks so much better than when I first saw it in 2014, because when I first went in 2014 and I first saw this ride, the rockets were looking a bit rusty and not really in great condition. But when I went back in, I think it was closed for the 2015 season, so I didn't get to go on it at all in 2015. But when I went back in 2016, it was open, and it was looking like it just literally opened like 2 days ago. Like, Pleasure Beach know how to look after their rides, and they definitely know what they're doing with their rides. So yeah, I feel like we should all just take a minute to appreciate the fact that that ride is still there, because like it's over 100 years old. Like, that is crazy. But yeah, just a super nice, calming, relaxing family ride. Freaking love it. Don't know who manufactured it or anything, but I mean, who cares, because it's a really good family ride. The final ride I have on my list is Grand Prix at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. What a surprise. This opened in the 1960s. I couldn't find an actual, like a specific year that it opened. It just said 1960s. And is an electrical powered car ride. So this, I mean, it's kind of like a little kids ride, this, but you guys know how much I love my kids rides. I mean, my brother likes it, and my brother isn't the biggest fan of kids rides, so I mean, you could kind of class it as a family ride. With this ride, you basically get in your own little car and you can actually drive it yourself. I mean, you're not controlling the actual like car, but I mean, you kind of are and you kind of not. Like, it is operated by someone, but you have to push down the pedal to go, and you have to do all the steering and stuff, which I freaking love, because on most car rides these days, they're just operated. You don't get to actually steer it, you don't have to hold down a pedal or anything like that. So yeah, I love how vintage this ride is. Like, the cars are vintage, the whole track is vintage. Like, I freaking love it. You get incredible views of the whole park throughout this ride. Like, absolutely insane, incredible. On a nice day, oh my god, such an amazing ride to go on, because you get amazing views of like Big One, Icon Construction, Big Dipper, Infusion, just the whole park. And it's, oh my god, it's one of the most amazing rides I've ever been on in my entire life, which is so sad because it's just a little kid's car ride. But again, I feel like it's just so old. Like, it's been there since 1960s. Like, that is crazy. And also in the Pleasure Beach documentary, I found this really funny. If you've seen this Pleasure Beach documentary, you'll know that this ride is featured quite a lot in it. And in one of the episodes, the manager, I think it was the manager, I can't remember his name, but the manager went up to one of the kids and was all like, come on, push the pedal down or I'll kick your head in. It was just like, oh my god, you've just threatened like a 4-year-old child. But at the time, like, when you're actually watching it, it's hilarious. Honestly, go and watch the Pleasure Beach documentary, because it's really informative and it's really funny, and Grand Prix features in it quite a lot, and so do Flying Machines actually. So yeah, I just found that really funny. So yeah, again, not really a lot to say about Grand Prix. It's just a nice kids / family car ride. It's a good ride to go on after you've just had food. Yeah, I don't know, if you just want to like chill out a little bit, then it's a really good ride to go on. So yeah, those are my guilty pleasure rides. I'm sorry that I rambled on for so long. I wasn't intending for this video to be as long as it actually is. But let me know in the comments what your guilty pleasure rides are in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, love you.